So hello and welcome to this Adobe Animate tutorial. Today we are going to create an HTML5 game, and basically I am going to have my canvas 300 by 600 pixels. I'm going to have a button play, and if I'm going to click button play, I am going to have coins, and I have to catch all of the coins and so on. And we are going to have levels. So the first level, the coins are going to be slow. Then I am going to have new level, and right now they are going to be faster and so on. So right now I am generating 10 coins every level, but you can generate as many coins as you want. You can adjust the speed on each level as you want. I am going to show you all of this, but basically this is what we are going to create. Few things before we will start that I need to say. One of them is that this is going to be only part one of the multiple parts, because I decided that it's probably going to be better to make smaller, maybe 20 minutes parts. And I am going to create 5 parts of this, and I am going to upload them day by day. And then once I am going to upload all of these parts, I am also going to upload this as a one whole video, which is going to have maybe 1 hour and 30-40 minutes. I don't know exactly, but yeah. So if you want to watch parts, you can watch from part 1 to part 5. If you are someone who prefer to have everything in one long video, I am also going to provide the link when that's going to be ready. The other thing that I want to say, and I need to emphasize this, is that I am not a professional with the JavaScript yet. I am still learning. I am learning a lot, but there are some more advanced way how you can do this, and I still don't know everything. So this is just my way, but keep in mind that I am not a professional. Also, one thing that I want to say, if any time something is not going to make sense to you, you can always use, but you probably know, ChatGPT to try to, if you don't understand one line of the code, you can ask and maybe it is going to explain you the part a little bit better. But yeah, with this being said, right now we can start. Alright, so right now I am in the Adobe Animate, and I'm going to choose width 300 by 600. You can go with anything, but if you want to follow along, it's best to go with this one. I want this to be HTML5 canvas, and I'm just going to click create. Now I will just click anywhere, and I'm going to click on the stage color, and I'm going to change this to something which is not white. Basically, I want to be able to see where is my canvas. So if I go with Control Enter, Command Enter, I am going to be able to see where is my canvas, like so. So now we are going to create the coin. So I will go to the rectangle tool, and I'm going to hold, and I'm going to go to oval tool, and I will get rid of the stroke like so, and I'm going to choose some fill. So I will click on the fill color. You can create any coin or anything, but yeah, and I'm going to choose this color like so, and yeah. Now I'm going to be holding shift to stay proportional, and I'm going to create a shape like so. Okay, something like this. Now I will go to the selection tool, I will click on my shape, and I am going to change this to be 100 by 100, just so we can follow exactly with the same numbers. So in here, if I click on this, I have the position and size, and I am going to click this log width and height, and I am going to make this to be 100 by 100. This is optional, but yeah. Now I am going to duplicate this, so I am going to hold Alt or Option, and I'm just going to drag like so. And this one, I am going to change the color, so I will click on this, I will go to the fill, and I will go with this color like so, and I'm going to change this to be maybe 80, so like this, and yeah. Now, this tutorial is not about this, but right now I have 2 shapes, like so, primitive shapes. And if I drag my shape over this one, and I drag it away, it is going to cut like so. So I don't want this. So what I want to do is I want to click on this one, and I will go with Ctrl G, Command G to group this. The same thing with this one, Ctrl G, Command G, like so. And yeah, and basically right now I am going to be able to do this like so. Now last thing, I'm going to create some number on the coin. So I will go to the text tool. I'm going to go with Arial. For example, I'm going to go with size 55. I'm going to choose this dark color, and I'm just going to, let me go back. I want to have static text, not dynamic text. So static text, and I'm going to choose number 1 like so, and yeah. So now what I want to do is I want to align this. So I'm going to select this, and I'm going to go to the align tool like so, and we have option align to stage. I can unclick this like so. So right now we are not aligning to the stage, but aligning this together, and I'm going to align this horizontally and vertically like so. Or you can have align to stage and align it like so and like so. It is going to do the same thing. So basically, I have just created a simple coin. You can just have a simple shape, so don't get like lost in this part. This is not important that much. Now I am going to convert it to the symbol, and it doesn't need to be in the center, so I will just position it anywhere. So it doesn't matter where I am going to convert it to the symbol, but I am going to select this. I will go to the modify, and I'm going to go with convert to symbol or F8. And I can call this to be my coin, for example, like so, with the capital C. I want this to be movie clip. And now, this is important, the registration point, by default, it's in the top left corner, like so. I want this to be in the middle. I will explain this in a few moments, but I want this to be in the center, because otherwise we would have different numbers, so yeah. And I'm going to click OK. OK, fine. So now, after creating my coin, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this, and I'm going to delete this. Okay. Why I deleted my coin? Because, and I can go back actually, if you have things on stage and you click on them, you have movie clip, and you can create instance name, and this is the name by which we would target this with the JavaScript. But we are going to be working differently. So I am going to delete this, and I will go to the library. And in my library, maybe you can have this like so, okay? But in the library, you have this linkage, and this is the another way how we can target things and get them directly from the library to the stage. So I'm going to double click in here, and I'm going to create some name by which we are going to call this. So I will go with the same name as my movie clip name, my coin, but these names, they do not need to match, and this name is what is important. Okay, so yeah. Now I will go to my layer 1, I am going to right click, I'm going to choose actions, and it is going to open me this text editor. You can adjust this as you want, but yeah, I'm just going to have this like so. And I'm going to zoom in with the control or command and mouse wheel, just so you can see this a little bit better. Now I'm going to create a variable, so I can go let, and I could go with my coin, the same name as I have in here. It wouldn't be the issue, but I do not want to confuse you right at the beginning, so we will just create some different name. So I will go let coin, for example, is going to be equal, and it's going to be equal new, like, you know, new, space, lib, which stands for the library, dot, and then the name of the linkage. So we have my coin, like so, and then parentheses as if you would call the function. So we are just storing in the variable coin the new thing from the library, which is my coin. The semicolon are optional in the JavaScript, but I will use them. Maybe sometimes I will forget, but yeah. And now what I want to do, this code by itself is not going to do anything, but I will go stage dot add the child. So we are going to add child to the stage, which is going to be coin. Okay, I will just copy this and I will paste this, and yeah. So yeah, basically this is the way how we get things from the library to the stage. I will go with Control Enter, Command Enter, and I am going to have my coin in here. Now I will go with the F12. I am in the Google Chrome, or I will right click and I'm going to choose Inspect. You are going to have this in the browser, which is your default browser. So if you want to change your default browser, you need to look it up or whatever. But yeah, but it should be similar in other browsers, F12 or right click inspect. And you want to go to the console just to see if you are going to have some kind of errors, and we are going to be working with the console. So now you can see that my coin is positioned in here, and I will go to the Adobe Animate and I will just show you. I will temporarily drag my coin from the library to the stage, and we have put it the registration point in the center. So when it's going to put it from the library, it's going to put it like so. Like 0x and 0y is going to be in here, and it is going to position me this like so. That's why this is what we can see. If I would put the registration point in here, what we would be seeing right now would be something like this, and 0 would be in here. Don't worry about this, we have put it to the center, and this is what we have. I will delete the coin, and I will go back to my code with F9, and what I can do, semicolon, optionals, but yeah, I can go ahead and I can say that coin.x is going to be equal to 150, because that's half of the 300 that we have, and coin.y is going to be, let's say, 300, which is like the half of the 600. I will go with Control Enter, and we are going to have this in the center. If you would position the registration point in the top left corner, you would have this point in the center, and your coin would be somewhere here, maybe, you know, approximately like so. But enough of this one. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to create the coin maybe 10 times. So temporarily, for no reason, I am going to comment out this coin X and coin Y with // so it is going to be commented, it's going to be ignored for now by the JavaScript, and we are going to create a basic for loop. So for, and I am going to go let I is going to be equal to be 0, while I is going to be smaller than 10, and I plus plus. In this tutorial, I am not going to explain in details every single thing, so yeah, this is basic for loop, and it is going to loop 10 times, because it will start from 0 and it will go up to 9. It is not going to include 10, because we would have to have smaller or equal. Okay, I can go ahead and console.log, for example, I, like so, Control Enter, and we are going to have in the console 0 from 9, or I can go ahead and console something like hello, for example, hello, like this, and right now I'm going to have hello 10 times. Okay, or I could, but I do not want to, you know, I can go hello plus I, and we are going to have hello 0 up to hello 9, but yeah, that's enough of me explaining the for loop, and yeah. So now, in the for loop, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this, and I'm going to paste this in here, like so. I can go with the tab and position this as I want. And right now I am going to uncomment this coin X and coin Y, and I am going to paste this to my for loop like so. And yeah, and with the tab I am going to position this, and yeah. So right now what we are going to do is 10 times we are going to get coin from the library, 10 times we are going to add it to the stage, and 10 times we are going to position this on this X and Y. So if I go with Control Enter, Command Enter, we are not going to see a difference, because all coins are going to be in the same place. But I can go ahead and console.log, for example, coin added or anything like so, and I'm going to have 10 console.logs that coin was added. Now, what we are going to do is we are going to change the Y position. So what can I do is I can, for example, say that coin.y is going to be equal to I multiplied by 50, for example, and I will go with Control Enter, and this is what we are going to have. Maybe right now you don't understand why, okay, so I can explain. So in the first loop, I is going to be 0, so the first coin we are going to position 0 multiplied by 50, which is 0, so the first coin is going to be on the position x 150 and on the position y 0. The second loop, I is going to be 1, we are going to create one more coin, right now I is going to be 1, and 1 times 50 is 50, so it's going to be positioned on the position 50, then I is going to be 2, it's going to be 100, and so on. So yeah, hopefully this is simple and it makes sense. So I can, if I want console.log this, I time 50 like so, okay. And right now we will see in the console that the first one is 0, so the first coin is on the 0, then 50, this coin is on 50, 100, and so on. So my coins are going to be positioned like so, okay. Now, one thing, if you, for some reason, I'm going to comment this out, would like to position the first coin on the position 50, what you could do is you could go I plus 1 and put this to the parentheses. I do not want to confuse you, this should be very simple math, but yeah, so basically you would have when I is 0, you are going to make it plus 1, so the first one is going to be 1 times 50. When I is going to be 1, 1 plus 1 is going to be 2, and so on. So in this case, I am not going to console it right now. The first coin is not going to be on the 0, but it's going to be on the 50. But I am not going to do this like so, at least for now. I will get rid of the console.log and I am just going to go with the I. And if I'm going to multiply I by 100, for example, I will go with Control Enter. This is what we are going to have. Now, maybe it would be fine to show you. You do not need to follow along right now. I just want to show you that if I am in the Adobe Animate, I can go to the view and I can go to the rulers. But right now I will have to be on the selection tool and I can drag a ruler like so. And on the Y position in here, if I double click on this ruler, it's going to be 0, 0.05, but yeah. And in the bottom, it's going to be like 60. And if I go a little bit more down like so, it's going to be something like 750. So basically, Y position go from 0 in here up to 600 at the bottom and like so. So that's why we have 0, 50, 100 and so on. And on the top, I am going to drag this like so. Let me move like this. In here we are going to have negative numbers. So here is going to be minus 140. Here is going to be minus, let's guess, 312. Okay, 370, but yeah. So yeah, I am going to get rid of this. So I will drag it in here. I will go to the view and I will get rid of the rulers. So I just wanted to show you so we are on the same page. So what we are going to do is we are going to position my coins up in here. Let me go one more time. So I want to have my coins in here and the next one is going to be somewhere here and then like so. Okay, I will delete them. So for that, what we will do is right now if I go I times 200, we are going to have coins like so. And all I will have to do is I will go I multiplied by minus 200. Okay, now we cannot have multiply a minus, so I will have to put this to the parentheses. Okay, one more time, basic math like so. But yeah, when I is going to be 0, we are going to be positioned at 0. When I is going to be 1, we are going to position the coin on the minus 200 and so on. So yeah. We will do this later on. For now, I am going to keep this as a 50, for example. And this is what we are going to have. Now, what we want to do is we want to randomize the X position. So we will have to create a random number for the X position. So one more time, I am not going to explain how to create random number in details. Let me go back one more time in here, but let me make my code like so. And let me get rid of the space in here. You can go and create a random number. So let random x, for example, is going to be equal math.random, like so. And yeah. So this is how you are going to create random number, and I'm going to console.log it. So console.log, and we are going to console.log random x. So I will just copy this and I will paste this, and I will go with Control Enter. And it is basically going to create a random number between 0 and 1, and it is going to be some decimal number. Okay? And now what we want to do is we want to multiply this by 300. So if the random number is going to be 0.99 something, and I'm going to multiply it by 300, it is going to be almost 300. And if the random number is going to be 0.00 something, and I'm going to multiply it by 300, it's going to be 0. So basically, I cannot explain this more in this tutorial. What I want to do is I want to go let random x is math.random multiplied by 300. Okay? If this doesn't make sense, try to Google random number, try to use ChatGPT or something. Yeah. And right now we are going to have random number which is going to be between 0 and 300. Okay, we will have to adjust this little bit because of one reason, but yeah. So what I'm going to do is I am going to get rid of this console.log, and I am going to cut this, and I'm going to put it to my loop, and I will go in here after we add the coin, and I'm going to generate random x. Every loop we are going to generate the new random x, and I'm going to say that coin.x is going to be equal not 150, but it's going to be equal to be random x. Control Enter, and this is what we are going to have. Okay, I will refresh this couple of times, and here is the little issue, and I do not want to confuse you right now, but we are generating random number from 0 to 300. And if I go back to the Adobe Animate, if the random number is going to be 0, and we are going to position the coin in here like so, and if the random number is going to be 300, it is going to be like so. Okay? So what I actually want to do is I want to generate a random number between 50. Okay? Because in here, one more time, if I go to view and I go to rulers, here is going to be x, which is going to be 50, and here is going to be x, which is going to be 250. So I want to generate a random number between 50 and 250, and what I need to do is I need to go math.random multiplied by 200, like so. I need to put all of this inside of the parentheses, like so, and then I need to go plus 50, okay? Anytime that you something don't understand, you can always try to ask ChatGPT, but basically, I am generating random number between 0 and 200, and I am adding 50. So if the random number is going to be 0, then I am going to add 50, and it's going to be 50. If random number is going to be 200 or 199, I will go plus 50, and it's going to be 249. Okay? So yeah, basically I can write now console.log random x like so. But basically right now we are going to have the coins, and they are always going to be in this range like so. Okay, so yeah, we have the first random number 179, it is this coin, then 767 is this one, then 200 something is this one, and so on. So yeah. Okay, so we are going to cut it for the part 1. This is what we have for now. In the description, I'm going to provide you this code, and I'm actually going to provide you all parts, all 5 parts in the description, because in every part I am going to provide you the same code. But yeah, you are going to have this code in the description. And yeah, congratulations for finishing part 1, and hopefully you are going to continue with part 2. Thank you, have a nice day, and goodbye.